It all began when Karen, in one of her most audacious acts yet, attempted to fine me for my handrail, claiming it violated some HOA regulation. She sent notices, threats, and even attempted to involve local authorities. What she did not realize was that the handrail was installed by the city itself, making her attempts to fine me not only baseless but legally absurd. Karen's audacious assumption of authority over city-installed property would immediately backfire in spectacular fashion. From the moment her threats arrived, I began documenting every communication. Emails, letters, and phone messages were carefully cataloged, highlighting her repeated harassment and audacity. Security cameras captured her visits, her tone, and her increasingly frantic insistence that I comply. Audio recordings preserved her threats, misstatements, and escalating demands. Every prior incident of harassment, trespass, and entitlement was compiled alongside this event, creating an irrefutable record of her pattern of reckless behavior. Instead of responding directly to her, I coordinated with the city authorities. They confirmed in writing that the handrail was fully compliant and installed under official municipal oversight. Karen's attempts to assert authority over city property were immediately invalidated. With legal documentation in hand, I confronted her audacious claims, presenting evidence that rendered her threats meaningless. Her audacity, which she had relied upon to intimidate and manipulate, was exposed as reckless and unfounded. Karen, believing she could coerce compliance, attempted to escalate. She contacted neighbors, rallied her HOA board, and even threatened legal action. Every move, however, was systematically dismantled. The city's documentation, combined with the compiled evidence of her repeated overreach, left her credibility in ruins. Her audacious attempt to assert authority had become a permanent record of recklessness and entitlement. Each attempt to manipulate the situation only further exposed her audacity as baseless and illegal. To ensure no future interference, additional measures were implemented. Legal notices, reinforced security systems, and public documentation of the handrail's legality ensured Karen could no longer make false claims or attempt fines. Her ability to manipulate, intimidate, or assert authority without preparation or legal backing was permanently neutralized. Every audacious act she attempted became evidence of her recklessness and incompetence. Neighbors and the community quickly became aware of the incident. Karen's credibility, already fragile from previous acts of interference, was irreparably damaged. Her repeated audacious attempts to assert control over property she did not own, over rules she could not enforce, and over people who had lawful authority were publicly exposed. Observers immediately understood the lesson. Audacity without preparation, authority, or strategic foresight inevitably fails. Karen had assumed fear, confusion, or compliance would follow her actions. Instead, she discovered that reckless interference meets immediate and unavoidable consequences. In the days following the incident, calm returned to the property. The handrail remained fully legal, functional, and undisturbed. Karen's audacity had been decisively neutralized, leaving her exposed, powerless, and publicly humiliated. The incident became a cautionary tale. Reckless entitlement, unauthorized action, or audacious interference without preparation, strategy, or legal authority always backfires. By the end of the week, the ranch and surrounding property were serene, secure, and fully under lawful control. Karen's audacity had been decisively defeated, leaving her exposed, powerless, and permanently shamed. Every observer understood the principle. Attempts to manipulate, intimidate, or assert authority without preparation, legal knowledge, or strategic foresight inevitably backfire. Karen had been exposed, powerless, and permanently humbled, leaving the property safe, fully protected, and entirely under rightful control.